Here we go. Today we are playing Godzilla Unleashed for the PlayStation 2. I have personally not played this before, but I love Godzilla, and...
You played the Melee one. We played that in college.
Yeah.
But,
that game I like, actually.
Yeah.
I like Godzilla Brawl games. They're always
fun.
fun.
See, like I said in the nerd video, these were the ones that I always wish I had these kind of games back then, because back then there was no Godzilla fighting game like that. Other than the Destroy All Monsters one, which was only in Japan.
Yeah, I see the little price tag sticker on here. It says $17.46.
Yeah.
A lot of people were asking on the Sonic video.
Yeah.
There was a price tag sticker on that that said like $35 or something like that, and a lot of people wanted to know if I paid that much for it. No, I didn't. I paid like $2 for it off eBay, so don't worry. But I hate when they stick stickers on the front of the box, though. It's really annoying.
What's the other one? So you got two prices. You got $21.83. You got $17.46. There you go. It just goes down and down and down.
Yeah, until they become rare, and then they go up and up and up.
Yeah, you never know. It could go both ways.
Like those
It goes both ways.
Zelda CDI games.
Like a bisexual.
Jesus Christ.
Start off in Tokyo.
Good place to start.
It's where all the monster action happens.
Gotta destroy a lot of pagodas. Godzilla better destroy a pagoda in the new Godzilla movie that's coming out.
Because it's a classic traditional thing that he always does in the movies, yeah.
Oh shit. What did you think of the trailer to the movie?
I mean, it's Godzilla, so I'm glad to see Godzilla back after 10 years.
The last one was Final Wars, right?
Yeah, Final Wars. You know what? A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people didn't know that Toho was making them every year for a little while. Yeah. For 6 years in a row.
Like Tokyo SOS and all that.
Yeah, like a lot of people think that, you know, the American Godzilla was the last one, or that Godzilla 2000, because that was the last one that was released in theaters here in the U.S.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I always felt bad that Godzilla movies never really got that mainstream attention in the U.S. They're popular in Japan, but they're popular here too, but they just aren't, you know, at mainstream.
Right. So this is kind of Godzilla's chance finally to go into the mainstream. Where, well, that's
the first
he had chance
in '98. They had the chance, but they blew it.
Actually, didn't he have the chance with the Godzilla 1985 or 1984 or whatever that was? Wasn't that like released in the States?
A lot of them were released in the States before that. I mean, in our lifetime, the only ones that were released in the States was Godzilla '85.
Right.
And Godzilla '98, which was the TriStar one with Matthew Broderick.
That was a fucking abomination.
Yeah, I mean, they had the license to the character, and they
fucking kill Godzilla with missiles.
Yeah.
It's Godzilla. You can't kill him with missiles. His armor is too strong for that shit.
So with that said, this one looks like Godzilla. It's definitely Godzilla.
I'm happy.
I've yet to see him breathe fire, but
it looks like they're taking it kind of seriously too.
Yeah.
Which, like, the original Godzilla movie,
it was
from
a
1954,
serious,
right? That was a serious.
Yeah.
They
treat Godzilla like a real natural disaster.
Yeah. Now, like the later ones, I enjoy the later ones with like Son of Godzilla and Jet Jaguar and all that. But like that's like a different type of enjoyment. Like you enjoy them because they're like funny and cheesy.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what I love, that they're all so different. That there's so many different versions of Godzilla.
But yeah, I'm excited for the new movie. I mean, no matter what, it's a new fucking Godzilla movie. It's gonna be in theaters.
You know what?
I don't care. It's gonna be cool.
I'm glad that there's going to be a legit American version, but I also feel like I kind of wish it was Toho making it.
Yeah, that's true.
There's one lingering feeling that it's not authentic if it isn't Toho.
I could be wrong, but I thought I heard that Toho has something to do with it. They must. If they have Godzilla's image.
Well, they definitely licensed, you know, the character. Like you can't just make Godzilla. So this one, I think they're doing it real legit. They're taking it seriously, like you said. I mean, I want to be just excited about it. I don't want to say anything bad about the trailer, because I know it's just a trailer. It's like, I think the movie's going to be way better, and they obviously want to hold back on it. They don't want to reveal too much. Because with the trailer, you don't want to give it all away. You don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But if I were to like talk about the trailer itself, it needed something else in it to remind you of Godzilla a little more. Even though you do see Godzilla, you never see a classic shot like people running, like never, you know, like a crowd of people running.
Right.
You see people in the city reacting. You see destruction. You see, you know, broken buildings and stuff. But I wanted to see like that, the classic shot of like a crowd running and screaming.
Yeah, I could see that.
And that wasn't in there. But so I think it was kind of interchangeable. Like if you took all that footage of the soldiers and then just put in a different monster, it could have been the trailer to Pacific Rim or something like that. You know what I hated though? I mean, I've already said this in my like top cliches video, but like when they keep going to black, there were at least 2 parts in the trailer where they just dropped to total black and just silence, and they did it like twice where they just held black for that long time. It's like, come on. Let's do Seattle, I guess.
Okay.
The other thing about the trailer that's I thought could have been better. Like it wasn't a bad trailer by any means, but one thing I think could have been a little better was a little more dialogue between the characters, because it was silent the whole time. Well, most of the time it was silent. There was some voice in it and stuff, but a little more of like the characters interacting to know who they were, like who are the main characters in the movie. And it shows people, but it's all like brief clips out of context.
I will say this,
which is what trailers are. Trailers are out of context and they're all random and we don't know exactly how it all fits together. But I felt like just a little more of just seeing people talk as opposed to just faces and reacting.
I hope that the movie itself doesn't suffer from Transformers syndrome, which is...
Because Transformers, the show, was all just Transformers fighting.
You know where I'm going with that. Like, the Transformers movie, it's all, like, about Spike Witwicky and like, Shia LaBeouf. The whole fucking movie. There's episodes of the cartoon, like most of the episodes of the cartoon, where it's just it's like Optimus Prime and like Megatron, and like that's the whole episode. And the movies, it's all about like, not all about, but like mostly about like the fucking human characters, and it's like, that's fine once or twice, but it's like, when is it just gonna be like the Transformers? Like, isn't it their movie? The movie's called Transformers, isn't it?
It gets there by the end.
Yeah, but it takes like forever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about Spike Witwicky. I want to know about fucking Optimus Prime, and I want to know about like Devastator, and like I want a movie where there's no humans in it. Period.
So you'd be happy if the new movie was just Godzilla, Jet Jaguar, and King Ghidorah, and all the monsters just fighting and nothing. I mean,
that might be going a little. I like what they did, because you have to have like people talking or something. Yeah. So I like the way they did it. Actually, I think best, and not that I think it's the best Godzilla movie, but I like what they did in Godzilla Final Wars. Whenever they did cut to the humans, they were like all ninjas and like aliens and shit. So it wasn't
a lot of people hate that about the movie, but I like it.
I love it, because it's like, I don't want to see a bunch of like dudes like in business suits sitting at a table like having a conversation about, oh, Godzilla's gonna come, blah 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 blah. Like, it's so boring. Like, I want to see like some fucking action going on, and those can be the human characters. Like in the new movie, you got these like army dudes like jumping in from planes or whatever. I'm fine with that, because like at least it's like there's some action going on. I went to the theater to see fucking Godzilla, and if I'm not seeing Godzilla, you better be showing me something like exciting.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope the human characters are really good. Because Matthew Broderick, did you really care about?
No, I don't.
Even a lot of the Toho movies, some of them have great human characters, other ones don't.
Yeah.
It's so if you get a good human characters in this movie, which you can't tell from the trailer, but if it does, then we're on our way to a really good Godzilla movie. But either way. The fact is, Godzilla is back. Godzilla's coming back.
Oh, I'm very excited. Even if the movie is terrible, I don't even care. Just Godzilla's coming back, and that's all that matters. He's been gone too long.
Yeah.
And even if the movie's just mediocre or just okay or whatever, that's fine. I'm still happy with it, because he's back, and there should always be Godzilla. They shouldn't go more than like a couple years without making a Godzilla movie.
Well, I mean, I think a break is good, but
a break is good.
It's been a long break.
It's been too long.
Yeah. So, and if in case we haven't made the connection yet, that's why we're playing this game, because we're making.
We're excited about Godzilla.
So, I mean, there's 3 of these games. There's Save the Earth, there's the Melee one, and then there's this one, which is Unleashed. They're all pretty much the same. It's just, you pick your monster and you fight and you smash buildings. Yeah. That's all there is to these games.
I like this one.
What you see is what you get.
I like this one, though, because it has Jet Jaguar. And Jet Jaguar, I like Jet Jaguar because he's so ridiculous. Like you said in Godzillathon, he was, I think, like invented by kids or something. Like kids picked the character or something like that.
We know that all these monsters are people in suits, but for some reason Jet Jaguar, he's the only one where he looks kind of like a person, like it's you know the main shape of a guy. Like it looks like if you put an astronaut against Godzilla, like it just doesn't. It's disorienting because it's the only time where it's very obvious there's a person
and he's got this like pointy
yeah I know he's got the pointy thing.
What would be your dream Godzilla movie to happen? Period.
I think it's happened already. I think it was Final Wars.
It was Final Wars.
Well, I mean, I could go further with it.
Well,
it was basically
I
wanted
forward.
Yeah. Well, I wanted every monster that ever existed all in the same movie, and that's pretty much. Well, yeah, that's pretty much what.
What Final
I mean,
Wars
it wasn't every monster, but it was a lot of them, and I think the only thing to do next would be. Okay, I can go two ways with this. One way is do another version like that. Do another Destroy All Monsters movie.
Yeah.
With like every monster that ever, like get Orga in there.
Oh, like literally every single.
Like every like so much where it's like you don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Right.
Or King Kong versus Godzilla remake.
Oh wait, okay, I know what mine would be. Godzilla versus Gamera. That needs to happen.
I think a lot of people would agree with that. Honestly, to answer the question, what is my dream Godzilla movie? I think it's really the one that's coming out because it's taking a serious approach and it's getting back to what Godzilla was.
Right, originally.
Which is, well, at least what we hope it's doing, which it seems like.
Right.
And that's really what needs to happen. Like Godzilla as a bad guy. Every now and then they always tend to like reboot Godzilla. Like the first time was with Godzilla 84, 85 in the US, but that one was kind of like, okay, we're ignoring all the sequels, we're going right back to the beginning of it again. Mm-hmm. And then they did it again with Godzilla 2000, and you know they would just keep rebooting it. I'm gonna pick Godzilla for once.
I'm gonna be space fucking Godzilla.
Yeah.
I like that movie. That was a good one. I thought. I don't know.
Yeah, it was an okay one.
Yeah.
It was
like. You don't like it?
It was well.
I thought it was cool with all like those like
the crystals.
The
and
crystals.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that.
Yeah.
Mager is in that one, right?
He is. Yeah. That's the one with like all the asteroids that are just hanging by strings and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it. All right, let's go to San Francisco.
Okay.
They should let you be able to pick up the Full House and throw it in.
Let's go find the Full House.
Yeah. You think they're ever going to do a Full House reunion?
The only thing I saw that was was when John Stamos reunited with Jesse and the Heartbreakers. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, it was on I forget which talk show it was, but they were the guests. And it was Jesse and the Heartbreakers, and they played that song from that
Forever.
Yeah, they played that.
Forever.
And they also played. They also played like an Elvis medley.
Okay.
And they also played.
I heard that John Stamos is the drummer for the Beach Boys now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
But they also played the Full House theme, which was weird to hear Jesse.
He did
the Full House theme.
Oh my god, I gotta see that.
You should see it.
Oh shit.
Whoa!
Oh, how do you? Oh my god, that's awesome!
Yeah.
Oh! Oh, maybe I shouldn't have been Space Godzilla. I remember the first time we played this. I was back in college, I think.
Yeah,
and I loved it back then.
The Melee one.
It was probably the older. Was that GameCube or something?
It was Melee on GameCube. Yeah.
That was.
That blew my. When you found that game, it blew my mind because I was like, where was this game my whole life? Like, why did they not? I guess I mean, you know, obviously they didn't have the technology to make games like this, but there could have been like, well, there was that Destroy All Monsters game, but it was only in Japan.
Another thing I found in college that blew your mind was, well, I knew about it before college, but you hadn't seen it, was Monster Squad.
Oh, the movie. Well, you know what? I've heard of Monster Squad my whole life. And for some reason, I could never find it. Like, I just never knew where. Like, I would go into video stores and be like, "Do you have Monster Squad?" Nobody had, and I don't remember it coming out in theaters. People talked about it. You know, people would.
I used to rent it a lot, like from Blockbuster Video or something.
Yeah. I think you were the first one who actually found it and was able to show it to me.
Yeah.
That was another thing where I was like, "Why did I not see this when I was a kid?"
Yeah, because that's such like a movie you would have loved when you were a kid.
Yeah. Let's go find the Full House. Imagine how fucked you would be if you had Godzilla and Space Godzilla,
fucking Space Godzilla
looking for
on
your
a
house.
What would Michelle do?
Look, this is the boathouses.
You talk about most unlikely versus.
Yeah.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
That's that. You just crushed them.
Yeah. You know what though? I don't think that would actually be the houses.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Oh, you're gonna be all accurate with it now.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is because you know in the intro of the show when they're in that park and you see all those houses in the back. That's not the house where they live in. The house where they live in.
Can't we just say that those were the houses? You have to get that like accurate with it. James, cut it out.
Have mercy.
What if they made a Full House game for like Xbox One and it was like a fucking fighter, Mortal Kombat? Oh, you know how like violent?
Well, they did that with Family Matters. It was in the show, not a real game, but there was the episode where they're playing a Mortal Kombat game and Urkel's throwing cheese and stuff. Well, on that note, I just want to say one thing. When are they going to release the rest of Family Matters on DVD? They got started at least, but they, you know,
they finished off Turtles.
They finished off Turtles, so anything could happen. See, I'm waiting for the whole series. I'm going to buy, you know, the whole Family Matters if they'll ever.
Oh, fuck it. Okay, another subject about Godzilla and DVDs. Yeah. Shout Factory or like something like that.
Yeah.
When are we going to get what they did with Gamera? Okay, the two things that need to happen.
Yeah.
The Hammer movies.
Yeah.
The horror movies, at least.
Yeah.
And the Godzilla movies. All of them released on fucking Blu-ray.
All in one set.
All in one set.
They did in Japan, I think, but I think because in the rest of the world, the rights are different. So, like, they can't... Like, Sony Pictures owns some of them, and then, you know, other
Strike
companies...
a deal!
Yeah, I know.
That's what you do with that kind of situation.
It just seems like that kind of thing just doesn't happen as often as it should. Like, say, Gamera and Godzilla. Strike a deal, like, you know,
like here's your percentage, here's your percentage,
half and half. Godzilla versus Gamera. I mean, or is anybody too uptight about who's gonna win?
Now that I'm on this subject, by the way, James was the Riddler and I was Batman for Halloween. There's like Batman 1960s toys out. Where are the fucking episodes of the show? Where are the episodes of the Batman show?
Those still aren't on DVD?
No. They're still not.
Let's just change this whole video to things that are not on DVD that should be on DVD.
Yeah. There's about 28, 29, something like that Godzilla movies, right? Okay, that's a lot of movies, I know, to put out like on some kind of box set.
Yeah.
But they could do something. I mean, they release television show box sets all the time that have like seasons. There's a Law and Order box set that's like this fucking big. You know, I don't care. Like,
don't you want the General Hospital Blu-ray set?
I'm still waiting for them to release the Weather Channel Blu-ray.
Yeah, I want to watch the Weather Channel broadcast from 1985. I would just love to be able to go back to all that. Of course, all the Blu-rays of it, because you need to have it on Blu-ray.
Why
quality.
1985? Because you want to see like what the weather was like the day you saw Back to the Future.
I don't know. I just want to see Hurricane Bob again. You know, like, no, it would be like buying a new refrigerator or something. It would just be like, and they wouldn't even release it like, they would release it basically like a stack where like the disc, you have to take them all out like in a spindle almost. But it would just be spindle upon spindle upon spindle.
A lot of shows that have a lot of episodes have this kind of problem. Like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. There's a show that was on for like 30 years or something like that, or however long. So there's so many episodes they can never...
Sesame Street.
Yeah, it's Sesame Street. They can never release them all because there's so fucking many.
Yeah.
So the solution to these problems, like if you ever really did want to see the 1985 like Weather Channel, if you ever actually really did, here's the solution, and this is what they've already been doing.
Who would ever want to see that?
Netflix. Downloadable. Just make them all downloadable. They're already doing that kind of shit. So there's your answer. But the problem is that we want to see that shit on Blu-ray.
Who would even have Weather Channel broadcasts from? Like...
Don't you think there's an archive somewhere? The Weather Channel must have like a like an archive with all their tapes of the Weather Channel episodes. The Weather Channel episodes. They're not even episodes. But they're just like shit that airs and then they...
You mean like 24 hours of like everything that was ever shown, like of all time? Like...
Yeah. Well, yes. That's why we're saying it would be so much...
How about the preview channel when it was just that one channel where
with the blue
stuff. Like the grid that goes down?
That's even better. So Godzilla.
Godzilla Unleashed. There you go.
In all seriousness, I want to see that movie. I can't wait for that to come out.
Godzilla is back.